Okay.
So if you get one for
I
naming the episode, you only get it for that next session.
Yeah, I think it doesn't. You don't. It doesn't refill. It resets to 1 at the beginning of the episode.
Okay, I thought I had 3.
Yeah.
That's how they're supposed to work. Just heads up, you're always gonna get one. It's basically a re-roll. Like if you roll a nat 1, or you can come up from death saves. That's like the most crucial. So there are things to use it on, or even if you just fail on a silly roll. All right, so it's been a second. It's been a hot second. But I wrote the recap last time. So, previously, our adventurers finished off the last of the Flame God Squad before they had a proper chance to set the village aflame. Making quick work of them, you're reunited with Tumi and the Skidfhyrd villagers to discuss what to do now that the Flame God Squad is dead. As the village begins to pack to head on to the next town, our heroes weigh their options on what path would be the best going forward. While heading the long way through Dreymandibu would be safer, it would take an extra week to arrive at Uppsala and without a proper resting stop. Meanwhile, the path to Varmrfors is shorter, but with more dangers lurking in the woods, but at least there's a proper town waiting for you in between. You ultimately decide to risk the journey to Varmrfors, confident that with your 3 healers, you'll be able to overcome any injuries that are sustained along the journey. You spend the 2 weeks getting to Varmrfors, hunting and scavenging for hours a day to help Anni craft as much as possible. Ylva hunts alone, attempting to gain some understanding of the voice that echoes in her thoughts. But while it's obvious that taking a life inflicts a trance state, it does not make the voice more forthcoming with answers. Stahmet describes the dangers that lie ahead to some of the younger children and scare them half to death. And Vorik pushes himself into a state of delirium as he purposefully intoxicates himself with alcohol and continuously carves new runes into himself, hoping to obtain another vision like the one he had when he dosed himself with the pure spider venom. Unable to recreate a vision for himself, he asks Anni to convert the pure dream spider venom into Shiver, which Anni is able to do so with some extra help scavenging. You guys have arrived in Varmrfors. It is a circular, small hamlet, one would say. Just probably, it looks more fortified than Skidfhyrd was, because Skidfhyrd had more of a cliff overlooking situation, so they just had a different form. This they still had a wall, but this is an enclosed circle. So you guys enter, and you see that there are people from Skidfhyrd who are reuniting with family members, and it's clear that, you know, only some of the leftover Shadow Wolves will continue on with you guys to Uppsala. What do you guys think you would do first, or what are your instincts towards?
I do have to say, I'm always surprised about what about a character I connect with most.
Mm-hmm.
And from my time in grad school, I really connect with the fact that Anni is also somebody who's just fully focused on her study and completely unaware that everyone around her is doing some buck-ass wild shit.
Anni's like, do. Yeah, everyone else is like doing some weird shit, and you're just merrily, you know, making drugs out of spider venom.
Maybe tarragon.
I think I seek medical attention for how much poison I've just ingested on myself.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. That's not actually what I do. Because if I remember correctly, didn't I ask if there's like a chapel to Odin in this town, or is that in the bigger city up ahead?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say that for most towns, there tends to be a like statues sort of on the outskirts where you would go to pray, and some of the pantheon is usually represented, notably no like Loki or but you know, Odin has definitely been prevalent in the past and would be around in most towns, although it's definitely changed in very recent times of what it would mean to sort of... You're of course of the mindset that the Odin's Eye is a sacrilege, so you're not the only person who would feel like that. And on the more outskirts of where the main central Odin's Eye is in Hailhafen, you know, people have more differing ideals. So I would say for the most part, the Pantheon will have its own like prayer areas outside the main gates.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Refresh my memory. I'm kind of foggy right now. Which one's the Odin's Eye? That's the ones we just fought in the...
Yes, so they were...
Oh, those are I thought those were the people.
Yeah, so Odin's Eye is where you kind of originated from, but it's sort of taken on with the new queen. Queen Stahmet.
Yes.
They're a cult now. They worship the flame god. You think this is sacrilege. You still are a true like Odin worshiper, but you dipped to.
Is there still, following up on his question, is there still an organization that is notably followers of Odin, or has the primary, I'll say branding, has the primary branding of Odin's Eye been taken over by the Flame Priestess, and therefore there is no real Odin-like group now?
Correct.
Okay, interesting.
Do we know like the timeline on this? Like how recently was this kind of overnight or over like a few weeks that this kind of moved through Odin's Eye?
Here's the timeline. I think when we started, I said, it had been 6 months. However, Fimbulwinter is meant to last 6 years. This is just like above the table lore. So you guys are in the beginnings. If I could retcon saying 6 months, I probably would. This is probably like a year and a half, just for like word to travel around the area and stuff. But things changed very quickly.
Okay.
And are there any... One would assume that there are some remote Odin's Eye people who haven't got the news yet?
One could think that, absolutely. Of course, I don't think, Anni and maybe even Ylva aren't as well traveled as some of the others. So
sure.
I would say, Anni, you lived in Azulhold. It was sort of, it was a border town. So, you know, you had little of both.
Sure.
And the primary, I don't know if antagonist is the right word, but the people looking to squash this flame god, those are the Shadow Wolves, right?
Correct, yeah. So Odin's Eye, they want everyone to be united under Odin's Eye and adopt the flame god and all bow to, Queen Stahmet. So where Shadow Wolves is like, no, each of the tribes functions in their own separate way, and it's their culture, and to like all, conform would be bad. It would take away tradition. It would anger the gods, etc., etc.
Sure.
Is there like an ongoing actual conflict happening right now, or
Yes.
is it guerrilla war? There is a conflict.
Yeah, like it's you guys are, it's very spread out. Fimbulwinter has been hard, but the Shadow Wolves and Odin's Eye have been, they've always been guerrilla style. Like before this, like you all kind of had to defend your borders and etc. and raids and whatnot, but this is more the Shadow Wolves and Odin's Eye are an active, we are warring with each other, and the other clans are basically like, will they side with one side or will they not? And that's part of with the Icy Crows. They have to, in order for the Icy Crows to do anything or decide with anyone, all three of them have to be, all three of the like highest ones have to be in agreement, and they are not right now.
Did we officially, are we retconning the 6 month thing?
I mean,
as far as I can go, it won't have any bearing on it, on my character. I don't think
yeah.
it has any bearing on anyone else.
I'm okay with that.
I'll say yes, retcon, but I also want to put the caveat in. It was like very, very suddenly. Like I would say maybe some of you believe magically suddenly.
Got it.
The reason I was asking about the length of time is that I think it would be, I think the difference between 6 months and a year isn't just, wow, this winter's been unnaturally harsh and long, but wow, this is also magical. This is also, like the fact that like anybody would be like, this is fucking family.
Yeah.
Right. And what I was gonna say was that it's probably at a point in time where like strategic like strikes on like goods and resources are probably imminent. Like,
yes.
So like it seems like if there is a conflict that is in any way tepid, it's not gonna be for long.
Correct. And I'll even go ahead and piggyback off that and say that is part of what makes the Odin's Eye setting flame to the village like so despicable, because it's just such a blatant waste of material and just to burn everything when it's like you could reuse tools.
You can fucking steal it, dude.
You could take. Like, taking is one thing. Burning is wild to think of in this times of what I think all of you would recognize as incoming scarcity, and of course tensions will rise.
Do we know, has any of the other tribes joined the conflicts that we know of in any way?
So for the other tribes, the bear warriors, so your tribe, Ylva, I would say you've like heard, you have news, and it wasn't quite, it's not at your doorstep, it's not at your mountain steep yet. It's not at the point where you're like, I'm gonna care. Also, you guys are known to be the biggest and toughest and baddest, so I think probably the vast majority of your crew would think, I'd like to see them try.
Got it.
Although
we're just doing our own thing.
Doing your own thing.
No one has contacted us.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard of it, you know of it, but also I mean, but that being said, I definitely think the Bear Warriors want to be able to do their own rituals and customs and stuff. They're, technically quite a bit of your people worship like the old mountain gods.
Yeah.
They're unlikely to stand with anybody, but they're definitely going to stand against any affront to their people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, the Jotun sons are... let me make sure I get this right.
Oh, the Jotun boys on
the,
Fremont Street?
Yeah, they are... Bad News Bears, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, aren't they the outcasts that no one likes, right?
Correct, yeah. So the Jotun sons are crazy rabid dogs. Loki worshippers. There's all kinds of crazy rumors about the chief. They are a problem. They're a problem.
As long as they're a problem for the flame people too.
Yes, they are. They're on no one's side.
Yeah. Which means they're on the side of whoever stays the furthest away from them, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just take all the fire people and throw them closer.
Yeah. Be like, you should check with these guys. They're your type of people.
You won't believe what they said about you.
They don't like it though. They don't like it when you bring weapons.
And then there's the Gjallarhorn, who is I believe the lady warriors.
It's actually a rocket launcher that fires 3 missiles in a trifecta.
They're up north.
That's not for another couple thousand years.
They're in the north. They're definitely like one of the larger areas. Go ahead and make me. I'll have you guys roll for this. Make me a is it society?
Yes, society is a skill.
Society.
A society check.
I got a 22.
Society.
Okay.
All right. Seems like so far we're off to the same as usual. I roll first one
Stahmet,
strong. Everything else
knows all the tea. Knows all the tea.
I rolled a 24.
Okay. Wow.
Damn.
Also knows all the tea.
I got 14.
What did Stahmet get? 30 something?
22.
Oh shit.
24?
24. I think Stahmet got a 24.
I got a 24.
I got a 22.
Yeah. Okay.
22. By the way.
Vorik.
A whopping 9.
Big 9. Okay.
He just says no.
Oh no. Yeah.
You're you're not. I would say Vorik maybe doesn't get too in the weeds about things too much. But with the 22 and 24, you guys know that they have a they technically have chief, king. Their area is the largest, so they're just sort of doing their own thing up at the north. But Princess Thorin, and with that society check, I'll say that you guys heard rumors that Princess Thorin went to go down to Haelhofen to sort of offer up her hand and join Odin's Eye and the Gjallarhorn in marriage and strategically. And when she got there, he had already gone to Hibernia. And when he came back, he was already married. Yes. I'll also say that while she was making this trip, her father and brother actually perished in a shipwreck, and so now she's Queen of the North.
Queen of the North.
Queen of the North.
Yeah, I think Anni, kind of knowing that, will, to the rest of the group, kind of like absent-mindedly like tell people that, because she like I think the premise is that she pays a lot of attention when she's in town, but she doesn't talk to people. So she, knowing all this, just kind of like tells them, it's just kind of like, well, the ladies in the north would have reason to hate Odin's
Why?
And just kind of like tell that whole story, and it's like in
Aren't you listening?
in kind of excruciating detail.
You're like,
That's like oddly like I think it's one of those things where, you know, some people just have like the ability to just store a fucking shit ton of information about topics they're interested in. Anni's just like full on like going off. It almost sounds like it was rehearsed or something. Like she knows every inch of that story.
This one is autistic.
we have talked about how, like, if Anni was a character, people would be like, I see you, Anni. So Anni kind of tells you guys like all this, and again, this is all, people love to talk, so information does come, but it comes with the caveat of this person probably heard it from this person who heard it from this person who heard it from this person, so you have no idea if everything is true, what the timelines don't always match up, but either way, I would say you guys are able to like corroborate the story and be like, yeah, I think I've heard something like that.
Well, Stahmet is.
Yeah.
But,
Stahmet was probably up in the north for a little bit.
But the fact that she showed up there and he was already married despite the plans for a political marriage, that's like for sure.
Yeah. So it's very safe to assume that the Northerners, the Galgahorn, people are probably big on fuck Odin's eye. So, however, and I do think Nick is Ylva. I think Nick, not Ylva, asked about this before, but up in the north, there is a bit of a there's a wall. So they are fighting the Franks, who are just like, not
Winter came.
Yeah.
Doniverk.
Yeah. That's where the northern
Bifrost.
Oh. Yeah.
Winter's not coming, it came already.
Yeah. Winter is here.
passed.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Okay.
passed.
Winter came all over the place.
Winter's here. She's
Am
still
I good?
talking
Am I
on the
still
screen.
frozen? No.
Oh, did we
Sadness.
lose her? We lost her.
Yeah.
We lost her, but the stream didn't.
But the stream didn't.
Stream, has
Alright,
it.
well,
Stream doesn't have us though, I think.
I can hear you guys, so I think so. It captures it.
Oh.
She's back.
But you heard me for the
Here
whole
you know.
thing. You heard us for the whole thing?
The whole thing. I've heard you the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Weird.
Okay.
That's weird.
Well, interesting.
There was a wall.
There was a
What
wall. They are
there's a wall.
fighting. They are fighting. The Franks, which is like a separate group. Just like
The Franks?
the Franks.
The Franks are here!
Sure.
I know
Canonically,
them.
what is happening up there?
I know
Sure.
them!
Yeah.
Mhm.
Although these Franks are like have a lot of elvish influence.
Hey, yep.
Fair.
Oh, is that word?
Alaric,
I
yes.
forgot.
Yeah.
Alaric. Yeah.
Yes. So, not Alaric's like village or clan or whatever, but like there's some half elfage over there for sure. Man, the music got so wild. All right.
Alaric, just to remind everybody, Alaric was from like a really secluded, like separate elven kingdom that was like, hey, we know because of prophecy that some shit's gonna go down with the king of Hibernia. Or not Hibernia. King of
Hailhofen.
Hailhofen, yeah. So they were like, we know that there's some shit going down with the king of Hailhofen at some point in the future. Let's just send this person who does not have a lot of talent as a sorcerer in the grand scheme of things to go be his ward for political, like for the bettering of political tailwind, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Just kind of like, oh, he's probably not going to fuck over the people who sent him his favorite ward ever.
Probably.
His childhood buddy.
His homie G.
Yep. And I was his homie.
You were.
Keyword.
I mean, no, Alaric's still canonically fucking out there somewhere.
Yeah. In my head, Alaric.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
In my head, Alaric's fucking getting wasted out in Germany.
So he's with the Franks.
Yeah, he might be. I don't know.
He might be. Yeah, the Franks. So if that's where Alaric is from, basically there were elves who were just like, nah, fuck that, and then they, there was some.
It's a very stifling culture.
Yeah.
Alaric was happy to be gone. Yeah. Alaric was very happy where he was, and now that's why he's so disappointed. It was cool out there.
So, half elvish Franks. And yeah, so they've kind of been it's always been like a border war with that shit. But it just means that they've been warring better than a lot of other people have. Like everyone else is like, yeah, guerrilla warfare, not like long-standing siege type things. So you guys see that Varmrfors, is of course surrounded by the forest, and you do see that there's just a little bit of like well-traveled roads coming into it. It is completely encapsulated in a very large wooden fence with watchtowers at the four corners. It has all the normal amenities. So you got your blacksmith, your /armor. You have a hunting house, breweries, stables, warehouse, bathhouses, and inns to stay at. There's probably like one or two of these each. And if that, there's only one blacksmith. The hunting house is essentially a hunting group where you sign up for the day to go hunt, and it'll be sometimes it's a family who is like, we are specifically requesting this for a celebratory meal, and then sometimes it's just they get pay from the village, like taxes as a whole, to income this meat supply for the town.
So they've got an ongoing contract with the city, but they also freelance.
Yeah. They're unionized.
But,
Like a sweet gig.
It's a nice, like, they also will train up like younger warriors and such. Like it's a positive influence on the community. It gives them something to do.
A good union job.
Yeah, it is sometimes maybe seen as like oftentimes, like, if you're just like too disabled to go to war, or like older, that kind of thing, like you'll sort of, but you're like, I can still fight, I'm just not gonna walk X amount of miles a day. And they have to keep some people for actually guarding the town. It seems to be definitely more well guarded than Skidfhyrd was. Skidfhyrd was kind of like, thriving on a hill. Probably got to the point where they got a little too big for that spot and had to overexert themselves. And then especially with a lot of their prime aged men out to war, the balance was off.
And then can you read through the buildings, like the primary businesses in town one more time?
Yeah, for sure. We have blacksmith, hunting house, brewery, stables, warehouse, bathhouse, inn. And I'll post this.
I think we all could use a bath.
I put that in there just for you, Griff.
Thank you
The
so
stream
much.
near my house was so cold.
Which one was cold?
The stream near my hut.
Oh,
So I used it very sparingly. Or I brought it in and put it in the cauldron, and I could only do that when I wasn't using it already.
you learn to live with it when you're up in the mountains. You don't get a lot of hot water up there.
If any.
Are we getting looks at all for bringing in like 40 villagers from another town and all that?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Good question.
Perception to sort of just check out like the general vibe of the town, and then I'll say insight to like zone in on, I'll say insight for Ylva's ask.
Perception is fascinating because it's like so many different.
I don't think we have
Yeah,
insight. It's
so
just
many
perception, right?
I think it's just perception.
Insight, it's initiative, it's perception, it's
It's
vibe
everything.
check.
Yeah,
It's vibe, just general vibe, dude.
vibe check. It's always been vibe check.
It's always been vibe
I
check,
guess
yeah.
that's insight. There is a sense motive thing.
There is a
but I
sense
think
motive, but like
it's just perception.
it's
it's
just
perception.
it's
Yeah.
literally me rolling and just being like, you think.
Alright.
It's all perception. Always was.
22, okay.
Alright, so are we all rolling perception?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
22.
Excellent.
17.
Okay.
Roll the 6. Plus 11. We're starting. Low rolls,
Way to go,
baby.
Brett.
Also 22.
The bad luck
Wow.
starts now.
Okay. Vorik, you said you rolled a 4?
No, 24.
Oh, okay. So you guys all okay. Yes, I'm gonna say you guys
I know that
are.
guy's blood type. now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you guys are
Look at him.
all. Stahmet, you're used to rolling into a new area and being able to like pick up on just general motives of people. Like you've been around a long time and you were kind of, you're a salesman kind of, so you're able to empathize with people. I would say, Anni, you're very self-aware, maybe a little self-conscious, so I think being able to sort of clock where people are in relation to you and what their general vibe is towards you, I think has maybe been a skill that you developed over time. Vorik, I think maybe you're just fairly shrewd and
I
be-
think
Oh,
I'm
no.
not focused
Oh,
ever.
I did. Damn it! I can hear you guys.
Pissed. We lost you, D.
No,
Yeah, we lost you again. Oh, you're back.
I'm back.
just in time for that.
Vorik,
I need it on the soundboard.
I think you're very shrewd, and I think Vorik is very blunt. So, I think that is more of a way that it's almost like a power move. Like he does it to get to the true root of the person quicker. Like he's like niceties are a mask. And I would say, Ylva, you are very paranoid as of late.
Fair.
Ylva, you did change out your clothes like quite a while ago. So I would say you guys take a look around, and I think you are all maybe expecting a level of like hesitance and distrust from the general public when you guys are coming in with a bunch of these like refugees, but it does look like that there is maybe a solid 10 to 15 people out of the 50 who have relatives or acquaintances or friends who live here, and they're able to vouch. I think it's also fairly obvious that you guys have been displaced and you guys have been traveling for some time. Like, you don't look like an invading army. And also, just on a surface level, these are also shadow wolves. So you're fully in shadow wolf territory now. And who you came with was also shadow wolf. So I think there is you all have your own greetings and secret handshakes or whatever have you. Also just the way you dress and embolize things.
Do we get the impression that it's just this village and the people that were left behind are shadow wolves, or do we get the impression that these are like trained shadow wolves guards that were sent here to guard the town?
You do see that they're a little bit more militant than what Skidfhyrd had. Like, Skidfhyrd had cobbled together volunteers, essentially. Varmrfors does look like there is a chain of command, and not just like old guys and teenagers. That being said, it's not like the head sergeant greets you guys personally. Like, there is a guy who seems to be like a little up his own ass, but he asks you all the questions and he's like satisfied with your answers, and he talks to Tumi a bit. But you're like, this is the halfway stop until Uppsala, which is where the main Shadow Wolf area is.
I thought Uppsala was...
Maybe it's main Icy Crows. I think, but Shadow Wolves are, it's a side-by-side, if I...
Okay.
I thought Uppsala was just a Muslim guy tripping. He's like falling over and he's like, Uppsala! I'll see myself out.
Well, you're gonna have to check that box D.
Yeah. I mean, that was
Every
tame.
stream.
That was tame for Griff.
That wasn't bad at all.
That wasn't
I
bad.
got my friends. Howdy, if you're watching this, love you, buddy. See you soon.
Let me bump Griff up. Okay, so
So we have all the info now, like what we're doing essentially.
yeah, that was a lot of lore.
That
Yeah.
was
So much
I
lore.
appreciate it. like
It
the
is.
history lesson.
It is both like the center of the Shadow Wolves and also where the druidic circle of the Icy Crows are. It's a shared
so it's both.
shared thing. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
I'd like to go to the bathhouse.
Okay.
I'd actually like to go to the bathhouse, and I'd like to pray to Njord, and I'd like to
A different
kinda
god.
Yes, definitely. He's the god of water.
Okay.
It's actually the god of open sea and water, but still.
He dabbles in baths.
Does anyone else have anything that they want to kick off with before that?
I mean, I'm down to go to the bathhouse.
Yeah, I think I would also like to go to the bathhouse.
Yeah, I mean,
Though I
I
guess
mean,
it would be
everyone's gone.
valuable to like if possible, I guess I'd like to hit the what do you call it? The medicine check stuff that I get for free. Treat disease. I can't do it with treat disease. I can only do it with treat wounds.
Yeah,
right?
treat wounds.
Yeah, because I have natural medicine. It has to be treat wounds. I will when we arrive, I'll do treat wounds on anybody who's. I'll do like the auto success treat wounds that I have. That
Okay.
I can just automatically get a 10.
Mhm.
Or sorry, a 15.
Mhm.
A 15. I'll do that auto success treat wounds on like the people who are bringing into town who might be wounded, and anybody in town that could use it like before going into the place. It's 10 minutes each, so I might be a little bit delayed, but I figure if it's automatic, I can just do that as long as is necessary and then go take a bath.
Wait,
Yeah.
how do you have the automatic?
So
it's a
I've
speed.
got natural medicine,
Special witch shit. Yeah.
I've got natural
Oh,
medicine, which means I can use nature instead of medicine to treat wounds. But then I've also got assurance nature, which means I can do 10 plus my proficiency bonus in any nature check I ever make.
Instead of rolling.
Instead of rolling, and again, it's my proficiency bonus. It's not my actual nature bonus, so I don't get a +7 to it. I get a +5 to it. So I can just do 15. I can roll a 15 nature anytime we need a 15 nature, but I can typically roll better than that if I need to roll.
I don't think you need to roll.
Yeah.
I will. So, you guys have been taking good care of the refugees, and of course, there's still sprained ankles and such as that. And also, it's cold. But you're able to treat your own people, and they lead you to a sort of like healing house. And you do notice that this they're very flush with poultices and things such as this. You would guess that they seemingly have a medicine person on deck, someone who is very good at using plants and herbs.
Well, I'll gladly help out if that is
You don't
appropriate.
they're not
Yeah.
around, and they're very grateful, but you just sort of like notice that there's like herbs drying and little like poultice jars and things around. Like, it's evident to you. It's a nice healing house. Like, it, there no one seems to be, there's no like plague or anything as far as you can tell.
I think we'd be able to tell
Roll for plague
upon entry. It's like the place kind of a noticeable disease. Ravaged by it.
Walking by people just like scarred on the
silent plague.
ground,
You
bleeding.
just drop dead. So you go to the bathhouse. It is sort of like, it's actually on the outskirts of town. Like, it's like outside the wall, and it seems to like be built into a cliffside almost. It's truly just like a very large hot spring.
As long as it's hot.
Yeah. And there's like a few individuals, and it's like I said, it's kind of built like on the side of like a cliff, so there's still forest around, but it's lovely. You can like just see the town.
Yeah, we'll get in.
All right.
Just rubbing off the grime.
I mean, I'm covered head to toe in like scars and cuts right now. Remember, I was bleeding along that whole path, trying to clean.
Yeah, you're like
I
cleaning
suggest
your
that,
wounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say I suggest that Vorik cleans his wounds and stuff before getting into the communal pool.
Vorik, roll me a
The Red Sea.
Constitution or Fortitude saving.
Before you ask me to do that, would you like me to remind you what happened last time you had me make those checks?
I know, you got like a nat 20 both times. It was crazy.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, a Fortitude or a Constitution?
Fortitude, Fortitude save, yeah.
Lovely. We're gonna go with a 19.
Wow. Crazy. Vorik, you just like so silently like do the thing. You know when that guy gets into an ice bath and just makes like no noise and it's just like you know, so you guys can like some of the wounds like are still kind of bleeding a little bit. Like it definitely hurts. This is it's just at the point where it's almost too hot to sit in.
Because of his wounds, or
No,
is it like that for
just all the time? Yeah, it's
My blood's boiling, bro. I'm just
and so like the very very hot water touching your wounds, you're like like very rough, but like kind of feels good.
Yeah, to him.
Freak.
Right. Exactly.
Is he still bleeding as he got in? Are we like is he getting in? There's just like little
bit
red streaks just drifting away from him.
Yeah.
Just a tad.
Yeah.
I'm clean. I got nothing. I got no diseases. I only slept with like 3 wolves, dude. Like, we're fine.
That was a long time ago.
I only slept with that wolf once, like 3 times.
I don't believe
It's
you
just
had
the one
fleas
wolf,
when we
though.
met you.
Yeah, I did have fleas.
Now, when you say wolf,
She could have been a werewolf, man. You don't know.
It was actually the thing I fought in the woods is Nyleo.
Yeah. Canonically a man. Canonically an older man.
That's how Nyleo and Vorik first met, man. I was just sitting in the woods just tapping that ass, and then he comes up, he's like, "Oh, werewolf," and I ran off. The rest is history.
true story, bro.
True story.
Seriously, it really happened, I promise. Anyway, I would like to pray to Njord to heal my wounds
Okay.
with his healing waters.
All right. Do you put your staff in with you, which has been blessed by Odin or Yggdrasil's waters on your Odin's spear thing?
My Odin spear? No, I don't want to wash that shit off. I want to keep it.
Okay, you're like, the spear's so dirty. You're like, I never
Does it
clean
like,
it.
Actually, it was like he was like baptized in the water of Yggdrasil.
Yeah.
So it's like it's permanently like enchanted. So yeah, screw it. Yeah, I'll bring it with me. I do a little dip. I'll like just for funsies, I'll like draw a little rune.
Yeah, you're
the
doing
water.
some runes.
Oh, better yet, my blood leaking out. My blood.
There
I
you
do a
go.
little blood rune in the water.
There you go. Of course.
Metal.
Absolutely.
Shoot a few extra feet away from where this is happening.
Go ahead and make a religion check.
All right, I passed.
Oh, do you also have
Do you have assurance?
So I totally forgot about this last time. And
that's
else.
right.
Now, mind you, you as the DM have like free reign to obviously change modifier however fucking you want. Where you're like, hey, you have to get like a critical success for this to work. But I do have. Oh no, it's not an assurance. I'm sorry, it's a recall knowledge check with a religion, but it's only that.
Okay.
It's only recall knowledge with religion. Sorry. Okay, so on that note. And 17.
Okay. You sort of use your blood from your wounds to sort of shape in the water runes, and you just pray for healing. Very simple prayer. You're not invoking a vision or even their attention, really. Just their blessing to cure yourself. And you do see that some of the openly bleeding sores will heal over a little bit. And if anyone has any damage, which I don't know if you guys do.
No, because at least I'm good, because before we left, we healed up and rested and everything, yeah.
Alright. I was like, then you heal for 1. But yes, we'll say healing for 1. Vorik, some of his scars kind of close up a little bit.
If any of the other individuals in the sauna have wounds.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's true. I don't know if they'll correlate it with you guys. It's a pretty large area, but they'll feel
guys, so you're playing with blood in a bath, and
you don't see that.
I think everyone's gonna see that.
I mean, one dude has to clock in.
Yeah,
someone nearby
I guess
sees
you're not being
this
stealthy.
bloody, wounded.
You're definitely being weird.
Starts drawing blood figures in the water.
La la la.
Something's going on.
Fucking tourists.
Hold on. Fucking tourists is too much.
Fucking tourists.
Vorik gets out his rubber ducky. Iggy is just gonna drink the water.
Iggy, don't drink that.
It will make her healthy. And I start scooping in her mouth.
That Iggy will not like scooping water at him.
Yeah, runs off.
Oops. Okay, that's done.
Yeah, you say it's.
I might have to run down to the lobby.
But
I'll be here.
Okay.
I ordered dessert on Grubhub.
Hell yeah. Anni and Stahmet, I'm assuming you guys also get in.
Yeah, I walk a little further down. I'm still a little I stood there just kind of. I understand what's happening, but the whole getting in bloody grosses me out a little bit.
Yeah, I stare. I pull a bottle out of my little pouch, and I look at it, and I kind of sigh for a moment. And how gross is the water at this point?
I'm gonna send you guys a picture. I'm I cannot stress how large, fairly large.
Okay.
That's why I'm walking down a little bit. It's just it.
I will put the nectar of purification away.
Yeah, no. I feel like it's what Dia had made it out to be is way too big. It's a giant hot spring. This is just I'm not gonna stand next to the one person bleeding
That's fair.
In the pool.
Common etiquette, honestly.
Yeah, it's there's I heard there's a chemical in. I lean on Anni. I heard there's a chemical in this water.
Is this water sanitary?
It turns red.
Okay, I put the probably the exact same chemical away.
Yeah, it's not even a spell. It's just some weird type of chlorine. It's just chlorine in a bottle.
Chlorine, fucking Viking chlorine. Oh my god.
Yeah, nectar of purification.
I just came here because I wanted to clean up the wounds and do the stuff. So I have other things that I'd like to do in town. But if you guys have stuff you want to go nuts.
I just want to rest in a.
Yeah, I'm here to rest and
for a long time.
Warm up a little bit.
Ylva also has stuff to do, so she's not going to spend forever in here, but she'll clean up.
Do you guys talk about
We're
anything?
little witchy healers.
You will have to wake me up because you are not supposed to fall asleep in the hot spring.
I want to talk to these guys. I've been talking to them for the past 2 weeks on the road, man. I want to fucking go talk to some other people. There's some bitches around. I'm so sorry what you're screaming. I'm sorry. I'm so
The
sorry.
maidens.
The maidens.
Yeah.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Bless you. This maiden does not want to speak with the guy who's doing blood runes in the pool.
Okay, that's fair. Fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
You guys are just like, okay. You guys each kind of take your own time to wash up. It feels lovely. You know, and you guys sort of reconvene after, you know, Vorik is seemingly has like cleaned and dressed his wounds and also stopped doing blood magic in the water. But you guys get out and head back into town. I'm gonna say it's like afternoon. You guys probably got there like, you know, early in the morning. And yeah, it's probably like noon, 1 o'clock.
All right, so we're out of it. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
I'd like to take, because I don't have my item list because it's on my note sheet back on my home computer, but I know we got some items. I'd like to go try and melt down whatever stats are on those items to add it to the spear. And I think, Ylva, you want to do something similar with your sword, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That was what I had planned.
Yeah, same.
Blacksmith. Okay. So you guys head to the blacksmith. It's pretty easy to find. It's, you know, loud. Run by a very large, like very like large, just large in every way. He's got like a big head, big shoulders, massive arms, and he has red hair, like big kind of like shorn beard, so it doesn't like get in the fires, but he's just like working away.
What's his name?
Borslava.
Borslava.
Good name.
It is a good
Strong name.
Hello, Borslava. Borslava, will you slava away at my weapon for me, please? Yeah, I'd like to go to Borslava, and I'd like to, hand him the spear and say, or the dagger spear, quotes. Be like, this is very precious. This has been blessed. This is not for mortal hands. So be very careful. And I just lay it down on the table. And then I'll give him, I think I had a shield or a mace or something. I can't forget I forgot what I got at the time. Oh, wait, it's in the side chat, isn't it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Did I get to that again?
Oh.
Sorry, went back to my computer.
Wow. That was crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
Your voice changed like an
Yes,
octave.
so much.
Okay, so I think I got the shield. Yeah,
I think you got the shield. Yeah.
Shield bash, melee weapon attack +7 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 target. How does that upgrading work?
I imagine the stats on those are probably for the shield bash action, if I had to guess.
I'm so sorry, you're going to say that one more time. I had to switch back.
I'm guessing that those stats are for the shield bash action.
Oh.
The actual shield itself. Actually, I don't know what masterwork heavy steel shields, but like each shield should have like a toughness and the other stat that shields have. I'm not sure how good. I mean, masterwork is pretty good, right?
Masterwork's pretty damn good, yeah.
So is it better for me to just keep the shield as is?
Do you use a shield?
I haven't yet. I mean, I've been all guts no glory, dude. Just freaking charge in with a small dagger, just
Makes
see
sense.
what I can do.
I guess it's like, yeah. Will it say if you're proficient with the shield? Do you have to be?
Let's find out. I think as a cleric, I am.
I imagine he is too, but I don't know.
I am holding a shield in mine right now, so that's the thing. But proficiency +5. I don't know what that means.
That's your proficiency bonus.
Oh,
I think if you're looking for whether you're proficient in a shield, you would go to.
It doesn't have it as a. It must be like shields are a medium armor or something.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But I don't know.
Class cleric. Here we go. Skills, attacks, defenses. Trained in cleric class DC chance spell attack modifier. Untrained in all armor, though your doctrine might alter this. Trained in unarmored defense. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I think you as
Yeah, whatever the highest one is the one you're probably gonna worry about.
you as Vorik, I believe, took a thing that like you have a god's weapon. Like you
I
have
do,
proficiency
yeah.
in your god's weapon and all that. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that changes the
War
armor and
priest.
stuff.
Yeah, you're trained in light. Oh yeah, you're trained in light and medium armor. You have expert proficiency in fortitude saves. You gain the shield block, general feat. Oh yeah, if I just gain the shield block, general feat, so I am definitely able to use a shield.
Okay, so you totally can.
Yeah, I can. So what do you guys think? I mean, you think should I if I do try to like upgrade my spear, do I need to have a weapon or can I use stats from the dagger for like I don't know blocking with it? Spear?
You can always
I mean,
rely on me to help you.
your spear, I'm assuming, can be one-handed or two-handed.
No. So okay, this is why I feel like this is. Oh, hold on. Let me turn my video back on so I can use my hands. So I talk like this. Okay. So what my weapon, my deity's weapon is, it's Odin had a spear when he was still like in his ascendancy to the king of gods. He threw that spear and it broke, killing something, and I forget what it was that he killed, but it broke and it broke off the tip and the blade. So basically, a full spear would be here, and I have a dagger, like one single. It's just the tip of the spear and the handle. Yeah, so we did that, and then I also cut the noose that Odin used to hang himself off of Yggdrasil, and now that's wrapped around in there too. So now I have this like magical throw thing that I can do where I can actually heal you guys by penetrating your skin with my knife, which is super metal again. But yeah. I also have this fun idea that I'm going to try to run by you later, dude, but it's for an attack.
Is it like a two weapons that are connected via the noose? Or
no,
is
it's
it
just one
It's just
single
the
dagger.
noose is like
The
wrapped
noose
around.
is wrapped around.
I see. Okay.
So right now it's technically a dagger.
Yes. Well, but with a spear stat.
Okay, yeah. So in order to be
Or
like
thrown as a throwing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like a short spear.
Could he use that while also having a shield?
I could, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say so. Even if he just had a spear, like that's pretty classic. So I believe you're allowed to double wield. So,
just ruins the class fantasy. Damn it. All right. It's okay.
Well, honestly, I believe just having the shield passively doesn't do anything. You have to take the shield block action to actually make use of it. So you can still live out that fantasy anyway, and just being like all guts no glory and never take the shield block action.
That's true.
Well, yeah, because the shield only really matters unless you're doing some shield specific action, right? Like you're not just like your defense doesn't go up because you have a shield.
Yeah, I would say typically in video games, like once you have the shield equipped, like it just auto boosts your thing. But in Pathfinder, you actually have to say, "I'm blocking with the shield."
Yeah,
which would count as what is that? Like one or two actions? Just one.
It's one action. It's the shield block action, I believe.
Shield block, because there's also like a shield bash and then a. Can you toss it?
I think the shield bash was specific to that shield. I don't think that's something you can do with all shields, but I could be wrong on that.
Oh, I felt
Wait,
like
so
there was
do
a basic
you all
shield
have
bash.
a shield block action on your? Oh, I have raise a shield.
I
So
have shield
raise
block
shield.
on mine.
Mm.
Really? Oh, but that's that's because you have a special thing.
Yeah, he has proficiency, I believe.
So
Gotcha,
mine just
gotcha.
says raise a shield.
No, I have
don't-
shield block.
Mm.
You're looking just under
Okay.
like
Oh,
the
okay.
actions tab, right?
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I was saying I have raise a shield, which is one action. It says you're wielding a shield. So apparently this is something I can do too, even though I don't have any. So I think anybody can wield a shield. It's just I only have one thing I can do with a shield.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
I gain its listed circumstance bonus to AC. Your shield remains raised until the start of your next turn, and it costs me one action. So I think you probably have more valuable things you can do with a shield, like whatever the shield block action does. But I only have the one thing, so I think anybody can use a shield, which makes sense, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anybody can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Last question then. Then let's say, because again, I'm just trying to think of like fun ways to keep the class fantasy but not lose the shield to do the thing. Which I know you said I don't have to use it, but I still have carry it and all the rest of the shit. Like, is there a possible way for me to harness the stats to like create a spectral shield type of thing? Like, when you take the dagger and I'm like, and just,
I'm positive that that's like a feat or something that you'll probably be able to take at some point.
I will say that is a cantrip.
that's a cantrip.
There you
a
go.
shield cantrip. Ylva knows it, actually.
Oh,
technically.
there you go. So, yes.
So I quickly snatch my dagger back from Bolslavia, and then I go, I'd like to pawn this, please. No.
Okay.
Does somebody want the shield?
Say
Does
again.
what?
Does somebody want the shield then? Because I was going to use it to upgrade my spear, but I can't do that. So
I can't use it.
Yeah. It's...
Okay.
No,
last step, Anni. You?
I mean, like, I can apparently raise it using one action, but that doesn't seem very important.
Seems
to me.
fairly
Well,
costly
it's-
to Anni, right?
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure I don't know how proficiency works. But I feel like if you have the raise a shield action, the raise a shield action lets you use the shield whatever.
Unless it's like raising a shield. I don't.
I'm curious, can you read what block shield or shield block does?
Yeah, can you
I
guys
don't
put it in the
well,
side
have
chat?
your shield raised.
I don't
Oh,
have the shield block reaction, I just have the shield cantrip, which tells me I can use the shield block reaction, but I don't see the shield block reaction in my
Got
fucking
you.
sheet, which is very frustrating.
There you go. It's
Okay.
right there.
But yeah, it's essentially like you reduce damage by its toughness or something.
While you have your shield raised, so you still have to do the raise a shield action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you have your shield raised, you would take if you would take physical damage from an attack, you snap your shield in place to ward off a blow. Your shield prevents you from taking an amount of damage up to the shield's hardness. You and the shield each take any remaining damage, possibly breaking or destroying the shield.
Yeah. So each shield has two stats, I believe, hardness and like HP essentially. And hardness is the damage reduced by blocking with it, and then the HP is how much damage over that it can take before breaking.
But a shield also has a oops shoot come on I don't of course I didn't mean print. The print is right above the raise a shield button. While you've raised a shield, you gain its listed circumstance bonus to AC, so it also has that. So
It
I guess
also has that,
so if you have the shield block, when you raise a shield, you get an AC bump.
Yeah.
But if you get hit, you also get a damage reduction.
I believe it's you could take the raise a shield action on your turn. If you don't take the raise a shield action, you get no benefit. Period.
Yeah.
If you take the raise a shield action, you get the circumstance bonus to your AC.
Yes.
And when you are attacked, you have the option to take a reaction to block with the shield.
If you can use that.
Yes.
but I have nothing that says I can use that. So if I had a shield, I would just get an AC bonus. But if one of you two had a shield, you would get the AC bonus
and be able to block.
And
Gotcha.
be able to potentially.
I suppose
that makes sense.
I suppose a witch would be not physically able to. I get, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so long story short, Vorik wishes to sell this shield. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I buy upgrade materials to upgrade my weapon then?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh jeez.
In diplomacy.
Diplomacy, my bad. I was like, I know it's not persuasion.
Can I persuade you to try an intimidation check instead?
I'm
doing diplomacy. I'm doing diplomacy.
Okay.
Only because Ylva's also gonna do a similar
20.
question in 5 minutes. So.
Okay. Vorik, you have immediate bro energy with Borislava. And you're just like, brother, and you just like predator handshake each other, and Borislava's like, this guy, I love this guy, my brother. For you, I give discount, okay.
The suspense is killing me.
10 gold.
10 gold, Borislava, it's me, your boy, come on. At least do like 15.
Vorik, what has happened to your voice? You do not sound like you usually do.
You stay out of this.
Vorik, okay. You twist my arm. But for you, 15. And he just like takes it, hands you a bag of gold. You guys dap each other up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I buy you meat later. I see you at hunting hall.
Oh, we're going to go on the hunt again, my friend.
We gotta hunt. And you guys are just like, you guys walk away and you're like, do you know that guy? Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Not a chance.
Ylva is also gonna ask, right? Okay.
Yes.
Borislava, what do for you?
I am familiar with smithing. Actually, I have my sword here. She'll kind of pull out this massive hunk of stone.
His large, bushy red eyebrows are like fully up into his hairline. Like, okay.
It is quite a piece of work. Yes.
Yes.
It was my mother's.
Very large. Very large.
Yes.
Very dull.
It works.
What it could be sharp.
It could be sharper. On that subject actually, and she'll pull out the battle axe.
Okay.
I have this battle axe that I have looted.
He's like very impressed that you're like carrying all this. He's like, this is very nice sword. Okay, and he sort of like looks at you, and he looks at the sword, and he looks at the other sword, and it's like mechanically speaking, Gundabald's sword is a lot better than yours. So he's like, oh, you want to I melt this one? Melt it down and maybe add to the other one?
If that's what we could melt it down, we could
but it's very beautiful sword. Very beautiful sword. It would be a shame.
Oh no, this one is better.
Oh, if you say so.
Yes, I do.
And then, customer is always right, or whatever they say.
If it is better, I have come across a few things in my well, not many years, but 1 or 2 years of smithing called runes that can enchant the weapon to make it stronger. If that is the case with this battle axe, perhaps we don't need to melt it down and just transfer the rune to my sword. If that is easier.
Well, I mean, we could do both. It's up to you.
Both is good.
Okay. Do you guys have anything else that you would like to try and sell to Borislava?
I think so.
Oh, I do have an extra pair of leather armor, actually. Now that you mention it.
You see on the sign that he obviously did himself. It's we buy gold. We buy gold scraps.
What about does Jasper serve any, like, just in general, does like Jasper serve any sort of importance, or is this just like something you find and then sell?
You could, like, there might be something that Anni could use it for, like in crafting. Or you could certainly offer it up as like to carve into runes. Like, the more rare the gem is and the more valuable it is, the better it'll offset the rune. Jasper isn't particularly rare. It would certainly sweeten the pot, but maybe not a material that you would necessarily spend the money to rune into a weapon.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I really have any weapons or anything. I'm trying to. Can I check in with Anni and see if Jasper is of any importance?
Well, if you say it is, that's cool. But I just make potions. I don't really craft.
Yeah.
I also have alchemist tools that I was gonna sell. I'm not an alchemist.
Okay. So he sort of like looks at the tools and he's like, I cannot help you with these tools. You should talk to picking out all my names. Okay, you should talk to Melina. She has the herb house.
What for the
Maybe alchemist.
tools? Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood. I'm also trying to figure out something about items at the same time. Yeah, I wasn't intending to go before Stahmet figured out the Jasper stuff, but I'll take the alchemist tools.
I mean, I'll probably just end up keeping it for now. If it's not, it seems like this guy's mainly after gold and stuff. I do have a I can pull it out to see if he has any interest. I have an ivory drinking horn with copper ends.
I'll certainly let you make a diplomacy check to try and sell it to him. You're just like, this is good drinking horn.
Yeah, I'm just like going through my stuff. I'm like pulling stuff out. I'm like, no, probably not interested. And then I pull the horn out, and I'm like, this means a lot. Really important. We found a deep dungeon. I don't know if I could part ways with it. Yeah, any interest?
I mean,
and then,
may I look? And he sort of like does a little like, oh.
God damn it. He throws it in my face. I rolled a 3, so it's an 8.
Okay.
I roll. I come out of the gate strong, and then
Yeah.
I need to roll my physical dice because this is bullshit.
He at first he's like interested, and then like upon like looking, he's like he's really looking it over, and he sees like it's very scratched and like worn. And he's like, I am not in the market for such thing. Lovely.
I take it like
Just pass it back.
rub it on my shirt. Okay, how about now?
I really feel like I pass on that one. So go ahead and Ylva, roll me a diplomacy to try and get him to not charge you hella money.
Cool. Will that help if I offer him the leather armor and also offer to help since I have some smithing experience?
Oh. Yes, I'll say.
There's a joke among graphic designers. It's 1,000 for me to just make you the logo. It's 2,000 if you want to give me notes, and it's 3,000 if you want to help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Iggy. Oh, real life Iggy.
That's for like actual just regular people though. Ylva has apprentice for a while now.
Yeah. Ylva is not capping in this exact moment. Yes, I'll say that definitely lowers the DC. And you watched him buy a piece, like wanting to buy a piece for 10 gold, but gave it away for 15, so it's definitely north of that. But go ahead and make your diplomacy roll. You're like, and I'll throw in this.
I'll throw in this, and I do have some experience if that helps.
Okay.
Diplomacy. 15.
Okay. I originally had it at DC 16, and then I lowered it to DC 14. So, he's sort of like, you have to do a little bit more scrambling than Vorik did. You end up like taking out like all of the things that you're willing to part with to like convince him to do it, and you have to kind of go around and start like pointing out different things in the forge for him to be like, okay, I let you help. I think I maybe have customer for this armor. Okay, we do business. And this is gonna cost you and this is for a weapon, right?
This is for a weapon. Ideally, I mean, you tell me if you want me to switch the damage to the battle axe, or you just want me to attach a striking rune to my sword. You tell me.
Okay, so I'll say that to just swap the damage will be 25 gold.
Okay.
And to do both the rune and swap the damage will be 35 gold.
Are people strapped for cash or not really?
I don't know.
Guys, let me buy stuff.
I'll just.
I gotta think that Vorik has some gold, right?
Vorik has some. He just. It's fine. I'll just swap the damage. That's fine.
Okay.
Swap the damage to the lower dice value, but with the striking rune, right? That's what the battle axe is.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
If before you leave town, you need more adjustment. You can come back, get the rune. If you find more gold.
Did he? Did it end up being like a meltdown and coat over the top kind of thing?
This is for like swapping out the damage, right?
Yeah.
You can see him, like, as he's working on it, he's doing his very best to only take what is absolutely necessary from Gundabald's weapon. So like, really what he does is he does spend a lot of time on your it's a great sword.
It's a great sword. Yeah,
okay.
Great sword.
He spends a long time sharpening it.
Okay. So it's just like a coat around the edges kind of thing?
Correct, yeah. So, and then he takes some of the metal from Gundabald's and, like, coats it. And so you basically have a very sharp greatsword.
Cool.
Ching!
If Ylva would be very specific, and if he did go over it, that's fine, but she's just going to reapply it. The runes that are in the base of that sword, she wants those to be not visible, but she wants those to be there. She doesn't want those to be covered up. So if they were covered up at all,
I'm gonna say, since you help, like, you make a big deal about this, and I think you're just able to sort of, like, clean up the runes a little bit. Like, you essentially have the tools to finally shape the sword to you, because that is part of like, when you get armor or gear or weapons from others, like, there is a little bit of a process to shift the weight to your own and, like, the grip to your own. And since, like, with these like, they're made to last, but they can be reshaped a little bit. So I think you just, like, spend the extra time, like, carving it in. You have all the polishing and buffing tools that you need.
Cool. Ylva is happy.
All right. Where do you guys go from here? I'm gonna say this took, a good hour of just, like, talking and getting back into town and, like, da-da-da. So it's, like, mid-afternoon. It does get dark pretty early since it's Fimbulwinter. So it does get dark at, like, between 4 and 6. And you guys see that, the town is seemingly, like, they're like kind of preparing for, like, a larger feast. Obviously, like, they have an influx of people who they need to feed at this time before they're sort of, like, sectioned off and whatnot. And they know that a single inn cannot deal with, like, 50 people. So you see, like, some of those preparations happening.
Can we do a rapid fire thing again?
Yeah.
Like that thing where we just, like, kind of say what we're going to do and then go on, and then you just tell us what we learned and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's totally fine.
Okay. I'd like to go to the hunting lodge, go on a hunt. I'd like to have a beer with Boleslav, whatever his name is. Borislava. While I'm doing that and I'm talking with the people in the hunt, I'd like to ask them about any potential people who would want to come with us on our travels and start rolling with us as we build our army slowly. Check in on the people who we brought with us, and then gather supplies of anything. Actually, I don't think I need any supplies. I've been living off the land, so I'm fine. But
you're also fine focusing on the other stuff. I'm gonna go with the people we brought in and make sure everyone gets situated and taken care of and stuff like that.
Sam can do that. I'll do the other 3. Start trying to rally some troops, and then make a quick pit stop at whatever type of church of Odin there is on the outskirts and end there before I do my next action. So,
Anni, what's on your to-do list?
Well, I'm definitely going to go to the person she recommended me, or that he recommended me to sell the alchemist stuff. And I think like Anni doesn't really like have a lot that she's planning on doing. It kind of just wants to like explore the town a little bit and get a sense for like the type of people around here and where she is, and like maybe a little sense for the nature around here. Like in character, that's I think what she wants. Out of character, I ideally do. It'd be cool if I can get some type of item, because I don't really have any items like appropriate to my level. So like I don't really have anything right now. So I think I probably want to get something. I don't really know what it would be like a wand or a stave or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's Nick, you know this. It's easier when you're martial.
True.
Because you just get runes. You just put runes on stuff. You know?
Rune it up.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd love to sell the alchemist tools and then just kind of like, wander the town and check the town out.
I'm sorry, what does martial mean?
Like a fighter.
Like, yeah. Martial, like weapons instead of magic.
It's like essentially the opposite of spellcaster.
Yeah.
Wait, but if you're proficient in martial weapons, you can just rune shit?
No, he's just speaking about like the general, not classes, but like the class of characters usually fall into martial characters, spellcasters, or some mixture of both.
Yeah, and when you're a spellcaster, putting a rune on a weapon, it's like, I don't use a weapon, But when you're but yeah, so like when it comes to like, because Pathfinder's really specific about like how you get items and like what items you should have at certain levels. And so for like people who are fighters and have weapons and use weapons primarily in battle, it's like, okay, like leveling up means you're going to get runes and you're going to put them on your weapon because of how like Pathfinder typically doles out loot.
Very structured.
But like for spellcasters, it's like, what do you give a spellcaster? And it's like, there isn't really a analog to the runes for spellcasters. So instead it's like wands, staves, and like miscellaneous items that have miscellaneous effects. So yeah. And I think Anni's like is not really somebody who like has a lot of material like wants. So she's just kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna like check out the city, and I guess I'll get rid of this. Everybody else is getting rid of things they need to get rid of, so she's gonna get rid of the alchemist set. And aside from that, is just gonna kind of like wander the town. But like me as a player, I'm sending Anni out into the town for item to get an item of some sort.
Okay. Cool. Stahmet, what's on your to-do list?
Can I?
So
sorry.
just
Go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
I completely forgot. What did it cost? The just switching the damage? What do you say? 25? 25. Okay. That's all. Sorry.
So I just want to make sure that the party we traveled here with, we get situated, settled into the town. Because you said there's not enough room to accommodate like the 40 some people we brought in. So I just want to, check in with the children, the elderly, make sure everyone's nice and cozy, get bathed, that there's food going on, and then I would also like to just walk around the town, but I'd like to walk around the outskirts of it primarily to just, because you said we're in the middle of like a forest, right? Or like the woods.
Yeah. Still deep in the woods.
Deep in the woods. Okay. Yeah, just see if I see anything like on the outside, anything of interest. Just kind of get a feel for the woods and everything. Also making sure that they're staying respectful to the nature around them.
Of course.
Before I help participate in any further communal activities. Because I can't help nobody that defiles Mother Nature.
So I'll say that the first thing that you guys do from Borislava's is you go to Melina's herb house, and you kind of like sniff out like where it is. Like she just has like a lot of herbs outside her house, and it's very like she has like things like potted, and it's almost like stubborn how much like attention she's giving these plants and whatnot, even though it's snowing. So you guys like knock, and you just hear like a come in.
Are we all together before we go our separate ways? Is that what's...
Are we tagging along with?
Yeah. I
Anni?
mean, if you guys don't want to tag along, you can totally.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
I'll-
You said we. I thought you were talking about Stahmet and Vorik.
Well, we're
I
asking
wasn't
if
going
we're...
anywhere.
Yeah, she's talking about you, but we're asking if we're tagging along with you. Yeah, I'll go for now, because you said this is alchemy. We're going like...
It's where I'm
And
selling
herb
the
house.
alchemy stuff.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead.
Yeah, you guys like come in, and it's mostly just like plants, just like plants everywhere.
I am in heaven.
Yeah, she has a lot of different things. Some are in various states of like growth or like wellness. They're not all doing great, but they are relentlessly surviving, like at the least. Like, and you just hear like a lot of like heavy like moving going around, and you see coming around the corner pretty short woman. She has very, very, very light hair, almost like you think that at one point she was blonde, but now she's mostly just has white hair. And she's pretty old, not as old as Thran's like grandmother, but like definitely getting up there. But she seems agile and cognizant. Oh, good afternoon.
I was told I can bring you this, and I show her the alchemist's tools. They were from that dungeon we went into, basically. Right? They were from that guy's lab.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Let me look at this a little closer. She like finds a table, and she like moves a plant out the way, and she like lays them out, and she kind of like looks them over and stuff, and she goes,
I think they were used for some crazy shit with spider venom.
oh,
Trademark.
yeah. It's very interesting. I mean,
And not just
spider
normal
venom.
spiders. Yeah, like crazy spiders. I don't remember what they were called.
Oh, were they yellow and purple?
I think so.
Yes.
We
Oh,
mostly
good.
burned them.
Oh,
they were.
I'm
They were
very
purple.
very efficient, very efficient. Dream spiders.
Yes, that was the name.
Yeah, but it's rather bizarre. They don't normally are around here. They prefer dark underground spaces, caves.
Oh, it was quite
Oh.
far away.
What a coincidence. That's exactly where we found him.
Yes.
Oh, well, you must be careful in the tunnels.
Oh, we were very careful. I mean, it was dangerous anyway.
Okay, I'm not going to ask too many questions. They
Yeah,
do seem to be
just
a
give that.
older design, but I could certainly use them.
Okay. We can ask whatever questions you want.
I just have a question. How old do you think?
Let me roll for it.
I have seen witches do this sometimes. They have these bones that they roll to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
if what the gods tell them.
It's called augury.
Oh.
She rolled really well. You see, she goes over, throws some bones down, spends way too long looking at them. You guys are just sort of like, okay. And she's like, looks to be about 677 years old. It's many, many winters. They're very well kept.
I don't think they've been kept for a while.
Well, they're certainly a relic.
Well, I'm glad they found someone who appreciates them. Is there a back exit, or should I just go out the way I came?
I mean, are you? How much do you want for them?
Oh, money, yes.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I don't
know
accept gifts, but it would
No,
be.
she wants money for it.
Okay, yes, that is.
Or
what I
you know,
thought.
if you have anything for a barter or anything.
Well, she gets a little look in her eye, she's like, I thought I smelled adventurers.
Oh yes. I mean, we bathed.
The hot springs? Hot springs are very
Yes, it was
lovely.
very nice.
Yes. Well, I have. Now that you mention it, so I can grow many things in the village, and it's great. The only thing I really haven't been able to grow is well, I need a specific mushroom.
Okay.
I'm listening. Stahmet steps forward up to the counter now.
Oh, hello, young man. Yes,
I'm flattered.
a mushroom. They used to grow so beautifully in the forest, red with the white caps. I used to use them in my poultices, and they're very magical, but it has been hard to find them as of late.
What are you using them for?
Poultices.
What the hell's a poultice?
Can I insight check that?
You want a perception? Of course.
Oh, that's really. I have no idea.
Okay.
Would me or Anni know what that is?
You want a perception?
What would that be in nature? Oh, perception?
Oh, to just be like poultices.
Just to know what-
Yeah.
Yes. Haha, rings a bell.
Can I roll a lore herbalism?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Looking for the mushroom. Stomach's like, you mean like these?
I got it. That's exact. I need more info.
I got a 21.
You guys do forget, but I do have a
21.
living mushroom.
Wow.
traveling with
Have you
us.
shown
I
that to
know.
us, or have you kept it secret? The little mushroom friend.
Oh, that's a
I
good
think
question. I think I've
I think it.
kept.
Yeah.
I think you.
I don't think we've
I
seen
can't remember is when I brought him to life. I thought you guys were with me. And then he's
Think
just
not?
been stored away because he's.
Yeah.
Did you bring him? Was he was from the Yggdrasil tree, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, because remember on the way out, the wall was covered in mushrooms, and I took some though. I did. Oh, I did.
I think you probably did it there, but I think everyone was kind of doing their own thing. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Okay, so you guys probably don't know. So he's just been chilling in like my side right now because, harsh weather. It's not good for young mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah. No, that is. I would make another one.
Just be like, no.
No.
It
Can I
comes to life and it's like, Papa! And I'm like, oh.
Get that shit out
Step
of here.
on it, like, ooh. And then like look around.
On TikTok where you get like the skillet out.
Yeah. Make sure when nobody's looking. Guys, we're having mushroom for dinner. Kill it.
Oof.
I did take right D. Oh, I didn't write this down, so this is my fault. Hold on, I'm double checking.
Okay, lore herbalism, you said 24, Anni?
21.
21. It is it's a very identifiable type of mushroom. It's the kind of mushroom where it really depends on when you harvest it. So it's like if you harvest it early, it can be very poisonous. But if you let it be like mature, then it's edible. But it's more like edible in a pinch. You would probably use it to, aid in like a healing potion, or if you wanted to, you could also use it to poison people if you harvested it early. But it would definitely take some knowledge to identify that. I think Stahmet could definitely identify where it was. And then Anni, you as well have high nature, right?
You guys can Stahmet?
No, you.
You. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I also have high nature. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you guys could absolutely, like, when she's explaining this, like, this makes sense to you guys, and it does not make sense to Vorik and Ylva.
Sure.
You're like,
Wait,
right.
I'm there?
I mean, you
That's
guys
I
can.
didn't think I was there.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can say that you guys are still back at the forge, like, getting your forging worked out.
I mean, it's up to you. I'm imagining, like, if Ylva's actually helping, I don't know how intensive the process is, but I had imagined that Ylva would spend, like, a good few hours doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
Likewise with my hunt and having to be up Boulevard and trying to rouse some troops.
True.
Okay, so
I think me and Anni are along for the ride because we ate.
Was like, I'm gonna go to the hunting house, start, making friends and getting smashed, and like meet me there later. Is probably what Vorik said.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So Anni and Stahmet are with Melina themselves. So
I have so much to say to this chick if I was standing there.
makes perfect sense to you guys why she would be like, yes, I do need this. It's, like I said, very difficult. It is sort of farther in the woods, and
Ripe or unripe?
either.
Either? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have use
And,
for both.
What is your price for these mushrooms?
Well,
Say we could secure at least one.
well, I do need more than one. So.
Okay, well, beggars can't be choosers now, so...
I mean, I'll come clean. I did put a listing out to the hunting house to, do this little fetch quest for me. Unfortunately, the last gentleman who was sent out did not return. Now, I'm not. That could be for many different reasons.
I'd like to ask if the mushrooms are like in a known location, and if that location is like considered dangerous.
Great question. Yeah, make a diplomacy check.
Cool. 10.
So consistent.
These are with the modifiers too, by the way. So just
Okay. Yes, of course.
Oh,
that
that hurt.
this is bad.
The best spot that I have found is deep in the forest, northeastward. I used to go to a bit of a clearing with a giant tree in the middle.
So just is the tree standing alone in the middle of a clearing?
Yes, it
Or is it
it had a bit of clearance.
I also have some mushrooms listed from when we were at the place with the magical healing water. I have bottle of bark, preserved leaf, a few mushrooms, bottle up magic healing water, and a potion of dark mantle essence. I mean, it's just like random stuff, basically, right?
Yeah.
I also have a potion of protection from evil and a potion of vanish, apparently, on here.
Very witch-like, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's very witch-like. I want to just the stuff that isn't like a proper potion, like the dark mantle essence or the magic healing water, the mushrooms. I'll see if she has any interest in those, as well. Also, just in case the mushrooms are exactly what she's looking for. I don't think they are.
I mean, these are lovely, sweetheart, but they're not what I am looking for. I mean, I will certainly buy whatever you like off your hands, but listen. I'm very happy to craft you something when you get back.
Sounds nice. Yes.
Sounds like we were volunteered. We were just asking questions. Yeah.
Well,
you ask one question all of a sudden.
I have a bit of a hobby on the side, and she like brings you over to like a different like little section, and she seems to have like a little bit of like a woodworking section. And she's like, now there's many different trees in the forest, and I've sort of been working my way through which is the most pliant wood and which is the most sturdy. Very, very interesting. I mean, trees are just plants, but you know, whatever. If you bring me some wood, maybe from the large tree, I would be happy to work on something for you. It took me a day or two, but you know. Maybe 3.
Sounds
Can I ask
good.
what's special about this giant tree?
It's very large.
Covered that. Is there anything special about the wood or anything? It's just there's a single giant tree. Are there any other trees like it in the forest? Or is this?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Is this in addition to the mushrooms that she wants? Or does she want both the mushrooms?
Yeah, she
and
wants
the wood?
the wood and the mushrooms.
Yeah, she needs the supply.
I think it's the main thing is like the mushrooms, but if we're going to where they are, there's trees there, so she would like some wood. You know, she's got a hobby. 13.
Okay. Anni, do you want to perceive her
Please.
her vibe?
I guess.
Okay.
Anni's just kind of like, hey, you know, she seems nice enough.
She needs some stuff. That is fine.
I will roll with just perception.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's I think a 23.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes. I was a nat 16.
Okay. Wow. Stahmet, you she seems lovely, right? I think you maybe pick up on, like, she's being ever so slightly coy with you. Like,
she keeps mentioning the big tree, even though that's not what we were originally discussing.
You definitely, and then Anni, just by, again, you think that with the 23, I think Anni picks up on, you're putting together the dots. Someone did not come back from this very simple errand. Seemingly, this is like a clearance that's around this tree, and you're like, all right, I've been enough in the forest to know that, like, there are things that go bump in the night. This could be a medley of different things, but
I have 2 follow-up questions.
But you think it's very probable that at the very least this area is protected or watched over. You're like, I get that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I'd probably express the danger to Stahmet, but I don't think Anni really is, like, too
Not
put
enough
out
red
by
flags
that.
yet.
Kind of like, well, she wants us to go get a mushroom, like. Yeah, I guess we go get a mushroom.
Okay. Are we heading out then? Should we go see if we can catch Vorik on his way out before he goes hunting to see if
I mean,
It's probably an early morning thing, right? Did you say it was far?
No, maybe half a day's walk. I would definitely wait until morning. The light is better.
Yeah, can ask her if she has, like, any coordinates or a map or anything that'll, directions at least.
A map. She sort of she finds, like, a scrap of, like, cloth and sort of just, like, badly maps out the town, and then sort of gets like, and there's an interesting boulder. And here, probably a carcass of some kind. Last time I went out, there was a carcass. Maybe there isn't anymore. And then you have sort of these trees, and then this tree, and then the moss will grow on this side. Like, just, you're like, Makes some sense to you guys. Again, would probably make very little sense to anyone else.
But at least we have, like, weird boulder, big tree, clearing. We just need, like...
Yeah, we'll be with the other ones and be like, then we go to the boulder and then we turn at the moss.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just an argument of all 4 of us be like, no, that boulder looks interesting. No, that boulder looks interesting.
Ylva, like, takes her sword and stabs a rabbit. Look, there's a carcass here now. Maybe it's this way.
She said it might be gone. Oh, look, you pick it up and it's gone. We're getting ahead of ourselves. I think I'm Anni, if you're good, I think I'm good to catch up with the rest of the. Well, I guess I will go do our roundabouts.
Yeah,
unless you're going somewhere else.
You can leave. Thank you for your time.
Yes, hold on. Your alchemist tools, I still need to pay you for.
Oh, I don't need them. We'll deal with that later.
Okay. Sure.
And do you guys, like, rent out any lockers?
Oh, and then...
We'll say this is a down payment. That's fine.
I also was, like, trying to figure out the whole item situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think just from my character making any semblance of sense whatsoever, I should try and get a walking cauldron.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I think it'd be. I'm just picturing Binks riding on a little wagon.
Yeah. Well, you gotta get Roomba.
Yeah, cat on the Roomba.
Cat on the Roomba.
Yeah, Roomba cauldron. Yeah.
Yeah, Roomba cauldron.
It looks like a little it just looks like a fucking slow cooker.
Guaranteed, you can get a walking cauldron in Uppsala, but this nice lady seems that she'll make you some kind of staff.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, walking cauldron's a level 1 thing. I would, that was, I would definitely want a staff or a wand as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to me. Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
Cool.
I assume other people have been pocketing money because I've not pocketed a dime since the beginning of the game. I have like 2 gold.
I mean, Vorik and Stahmet, please chime in with how much gold you guys have. I kind of want to say that Vorik has been holding some of it.
Yeah. Yup.
I feel like, and I don't actually remember because we then had 2 sessions of combat, but I feel like when Ylva and Vorik crushed throats and pickpockets,
yeah,
we pocketed that cash and then didn't disperse it with the group.
Correct.
So I feel like we had more cash.
Yeah, I was gonna say I still only have the gold from when we started.
Yeah, I have 2
okay,
gold.
got it. Yeah.
Same.
I don't think it
silver,
was dispersed. Yeah. So Vorik, how much money do you have?
57.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay, got it.
Got it.
And
I have now spent basically all mine. I'm now down to less than 3 gold.
But how much did we have?
I just spent 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't spent anything. I mean, I've just been.
Vorik picked a few more pockets too.
I don't know. I just went in and I was going back and looting. I remember you guys ran out of the building when you were still fighting those last ones, and I grabbed the loot from the guys in the lodge.
Yeah, Vorik has been very loot focused, but yeah, it has not been dispersed. I think you guys dispersed items, but not gold, which is very funny.
Yeah.
It's just funny because my whole thing is I want items and not gold. Like I don't really care about the riches.
So
I want my artifacts.
So Ylva, you're spending time with Borislava to craft your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's going great. It is sad for Ylva because, like, you would work with your dad in the forge, and so you're kind of
back some
you're like. And I'm gonna say that while you're like bringing back the memories and whatnot, distinctly, there was always a bit of a ritual around your birthday because you guys would gear up to go hunt, and you would always hunt bear for your birthday, and you kind of like you do the math and you're like. It's tomorrow.
So kind of pause.
You'll be 20 tomorrow.
Yeah. She will pocket that information away and decide whether to share it with the group in a moment.
Okay. We cut to Vorik, who is having a grand old time in the hunting house. So Vorik, go ahead and make me a diplomacy check.
12.
Okay. You are slightly over familiar, but are definitely not putting anyone off or anything. Do you think you're like immediately getting drunk?
No, I wasn't. I was only going to have a beer with my friend Bolus.
Okay.
No.
It was a free beer.
It definitely does turn into 6 or 7 or 9 or 20.
Yeah, just whatever.
Or what was that word? The word she used? Perfness. Whatever the fuck it was. I'm assuming that's a thing of meth. I'm sorry, I'm not here. Fuck me. I'm just.
So.
We can curse. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you you go to the hunting house. And you're there for like a solid hour before Anni and Stahmet show up. You've had one beer. I'll say that with the 12, you just kind of overhear them like throwing around some ideas of what to go hunt. And you know, it's like basic stuff. You do notice that they do not bring up hunting wolves. That seems to be kind of a no-no in this area. They like talk about hunting bears, but you know, they think it's like kind of more work than they want it to be. And I'll say as Anni and Stahmet rejoin you, I'll have all three of you make a perception check.
Just to clarify, we're going through each of these actions, so I'm not going to be at the chapel then?
Chapel will be at the end.
Okay.
I kind of figured you would, like, do this and then, like, go off by yourself, right? Before the end of the night. Gotta say your nightly prayers.
21.
Okay.
I got a 19.
Okay.
I haven't rolled below a 10 all day.
I got 14.
Okay.
That means your next one
And
is...
You have hero points too.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, it was perception. Sorry.
Yeah.
23. Yeah. Yes, 23.
Okay. So in the time, in the like hour or two that you guys spend sans Ylva, like you guys do hear a little bit of murmuring about like the guy who you guys think, like once Anni and Stahmet hear it, you guys are like, ooh, that is probably the guy that Melina had sent off. But you guys hear murmurings of like, he has been missing for like a week. And that is basically at the point where, oh, we no longer think he's lost, like we think he's dead. And then Ylva, as you rejoin the party, you bring Borislava with you, who is very excited to see Vorik, and immediately buys him another ale.
This will go well.
Ylva, I'll say you rolled a 20.
16 plus 7. I believe that's 23.
Damn. Okay. It's a little later in the evening, so like a couple of people have like grouped off, and as you're like semi removed from like the immediate circle of like Vorik and Borislava like catching up and like, you know, ordering and blah blah blah. And so you do overhear like there is a cave nearby where one guy who seems like a little weaselly is like pushing to go like hunt in the caves. You see a concerned trio who seem to be like a little quieter than some of the others, and you would once Anni and Stahmet fill you in on sorry, the dogs are barking. Once Anni and Stahmet fill you in on like the missing adventurer, you're like, that's probably like his crew. And then, you know, you do hear with some happiness that there are bears like nearby, and you're like, all right. Although you do notice that the Shadow Wolves are like only talking about going in a group to fight bears, which is like interesting to you because that was a very like you don't necessarily
it's like
go as a group.
Coming of age thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like fighting bear easy.
Weaklings.
Yeah.
The bears nearby, is
Mhm.
that said in the same context as the cave? Are there bears nearby the cave, or is there a cave nearby and there are also bears nearby?
Yes, two separate things.
Two separate things. Okay.
Although there are cave bears, like a specific kind of bear. I would say Ylva knows the type of bears that are around, and so you got the four main ones: black bears, pretty common; cave bears, very large, very fucking scary; grizzly bears, fuck you right up, very fast; and then a new type of bear, the winter bears. Seemingly a cross between cave bear and grizzly bear, also in fuck you up area.
Is there one or two of those that would be more prevalent up in the mountains?
Cave bears. Yeah. You guys did not get the bear warrior like clan out of like lulz. It was truly like you guys were fucking up bears.
Would I know like the signs that a cave had a cave bear inside it?
Definitely. It's usually fairly devoid of other creatures around it. Like, cave bears don't share with, like, spiders or other monstrosities. Like, that's their area.
Would there be any, like, markings nearby? Like, would it like scratch a tree, or would
Certainly,
it,
certainly.
poop near the entrance or anything like that?
Yeah. You could totally track a bear.
Wall, Vorik, and Balslavia
Borislava.
Borislava, thank you, are catching up. I'm gonna kind of turn to that group and just kind of walk over. This cave. Hi, hello. This cave. Were there markings outside it?
You see the, like, sort of smaller, like, Weasley guy looks at you up and down. He's like, who wants to know?
Who the fuck do you think I am the one asking?
Okay. Listen.
Yeah, dude.
I got no problem. Claw marks. No claw marks.
No?
No, listen. If it was cave bears, I would not go over there. Not, those are very large bears.
A shame. Okay, return to your drinks. I'll just turn.
Okay. Very weird lady.
I hear it. I hit him.
You hit him?
I swing.
Okay. Make
Two beers to turn into four.
Sure. Make it just an unarmed attack roll.
What is that? Fist?
Yeah, fist.
You're probably trained in that, yeah.
Probably.
Yep, fist. Non-lethal. What is it? It's a hit is a. Wait, I need to roll the D20 one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm clicking roll, but it's not rolling.
You'll refresh your page.
Yeah, let me try that.
If you hit roll, does it bring up a separate page?
Yeah, it brings up the screen with stuff, but it isn't actually rolling.
Hit the plus, whatever the biggest plus is. Mine is +9. I don't know if yours is similar.
Mine's
I think
+6.
+6, yeah, hit that one.
I maybe don't want to swing anymore.
That's too bad.
All right. Well, I swung for a 25. I might
Just
have
going the other way,
like-
we're gonna miss.
Just like
No, I think I
literally,
just killed
Vorik
Knocks the blocks off.
in one swift motion hears this, clocks it as an offense to you, fully using his entire body, just like swings so hard into this guy. What's the damage?
All of it?
25 is. I don't suppose 25 is a crit, right?
I was gonna ask that
25's
too.
a crit for sure.
Oh boy.
So it'd be 2d4 plus 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just murdered the town elder.
He did
No, this
explicitly say
guy's a little weasel guy.
He did.
He did explicitly say non-lethal though.
Yeah, he did. I'm taking that into account.
Wait, how does that equal? 1d4 plus 1. How does that equal 10?
Because it was 2d4, right?
Well, even then,
Even then, that doesn't hit 10. What?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Actually, it would. That's 4 plus 1 twice.
Oh, because it's +1 to each roll, so if you
Oh,
got two
oh,
fours,
it's
you would
double
be
every
So you
five.
just rolled
in this
max?
game it's not 2d4, I guess.
Yes, you
Yeah, but-
technically rolled 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Wait.
Critical in Pathfinder is just double whatever you rolled, which
Got it.
always,
Okay.
I've always hated, but you know.
Hehe.
Sure. All right.
Sure.
When you crit, you can only roll even numbers for some reason.
So, you deck him for 10 damage. He does fall unconscious.
It's better than the alternative. He
Yeah.
goes.
He just and like immediately has a black eye, and just like there's like a little bit of silence, and then like one guy like next to him just like and everyone's just like laughing and shit.
I hated this fucking guy.
Yeah, Borislava buys you another drink.
Nice. I put one in his hands.
Yeah.
I wanna. We're all kind of. I'm there, right?
Yeah, you're there. You
So
saw all
hold it,
this
can I-
happen
can I
within
just start-
seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can I see it happen, then I go. I see the reaction. Everyone kind of like really. I go. I get like a slow clap going for him.
Oh my god.
We're gonna boost our relations
Morale.
with this town.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we're going. I want to talk to Borislava about maybe coming with us now. He and I got a good rapport going. He's a
Okay.
big dude.
All right.
Is that not a thing? We don't
I
do
mean-
that as a thing.
You can certainly. I mean, I can come to. I can certainly make a trip to Uppsala. They have maybe a few errands to run.
Please, we would need the hand of a good blacksmith. I give a little period to Ylva.
All right. Yes,
You just next someone for insulting.
No one shits on you but me.
It's, you haven't had brother, but this is how brothers work.
Beginning to learn. Yes.
Yeah.
Still, noogie action.
Yeah.
White eyes.
Go ahead and make. Yeah. You go.
You do that, I'm throwing you into the table.
Let's get this party started. Just. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check. He's like, I suppose I could leave the forge.
11. That's not very much.
I tell you what. I give you name of my cousin. He live in Uppsala. Now listen, cousin, not good blacksmith. Cousin is one of them Mimi Vastars over there. Which you would know
But is he
means
a
like
good-
he's in the Icy Crows and he's like working his way up the Icy Crow ladder.
But is he a good drinking buddy?
Well, not as good as me. You know. Anything you guys wish to do in the hunting house?
Is there like any in the hunting house? Is there like documentation on the wall and stuff of like parties that are? I'm assuming there's some kind of like whether they keep it to themselves or something. Is there any kind of like documentation of parties that have left and who's come back and where they went?
Ooh.
I'll say there's no like they don't have like a guest book. But the bartender definitely like keeps track of everyone. And it seems to be that there's essentially main crews who are based out of Varmrfors. However, this is more of a pit stop. So they try and like remember the names of adventurers who come through. It is a lot of like shadow wolves escorting icy crows out. So they can definitely tell you like where certain icy crows went in what direction. They'll tell you that that they got the news about Dreymandibu burning, and that recently they had sent out an icy crow towards there, so it's sort of unknown like what happened to them, and that an icy crow had also been sent up to the Galgarhorn. Notably,
Can I ask how?
no icy crows have gone to Hillhoffen in a while.
Where are we being sent to for this mushroom and tree? Do we know? Like
Northeast.
oh, God damn it!
You're gonna go past a big moldy rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, interesting rock.
Interesting rock.
Interesting rock. Moss grows on this side.
Yeah, it's even more intentionally ambiguous.
Over here.
Yeah. She just points out the door. She's like, all right, you're gonna go that way.
Literally. Points out the window.
You gonna do bang? And then bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Can't
And then
miss
you're
it.
there. And now to get back, you just do the opposite.
It's super simple.
If Dark Souls taught me anything, I need to buy colored pebbles so we can find our way back.
There you go.
Or candy.
Candy. That's so candy.
On the way back. Ooh, candy.
Oh, please, kid.
Yeah, so I'll say that like you get some information just about like different comings and goings, and that the bartender will also tell you that there's been less escorts like brought out recently, which maybe piques your guys' interest, because the whole point of like the icy crows is that there's basically supposed to be advisors, so less neutral advisors out there, the more chaotic things can be. Anything else?
Any
I think I'm okay right now.
hunting contracts? Question mark. Get paid to hunt.
Oh yeah, is there like that's good. Any side hustles we can
Side
pick
hustles?
up on the way out?
Yeah.
On the way.
Is there a
5 bear
board?
skins while also getting the mushroom.
Yeah.
You guys do see that there are, like declarations, we'll say, where essentially, if you bring the head of a monster, that you will be rewarded as such, because it's like they're rewarding you for like monster clearing. So any like
Foreshadowing.
Head of a creature that you can bring back to show that you like vanquished a nearby evil. It's basically like you will be immediately awarded by the chief. And then outside of that, mostly just like the inn says it'll pay for like fine meat. Like the bigger the game, the better.
Did you just say any body part of a monster?
I said the head.
Could it be a piece of a head?
Was it just an ear or
Not
something?
that head. Not that head.
No. I was
I
gonna say
think
who still has a thing from one of those
Yeah, I
spiders.
was like, I think Vork's trying to weasel that he killed some nearby spiders. But
Has anyone seen-
Vork, there could be some nearby cave spiders that have more venom.
Need to see God.
You have a bunch of Shiver right now because Anni made you a shitload. So.
Oh, I know what I'm doing with it. I just gotta wait until we get to the final, because I know in the big city they're gonna have like a giant chapel or something, like a big hut, like whatever, ode to Odin.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I plan on using it there. So I got some plans within plans here.
So I'll say like you guys like spend the evening in the hunting house. If something comes up like next session where you're like, can we say that we asked about this? I'll totally let you guys roll for it. But we'll
For a second,
Go
it
ahead, go
sounded like
ahead.
you were gonna mock us.
No.
You were like, when you guys go on the next session, and then
Did I?
that's
I'm
what you were
sorry.
gonna do.
Fucking losers, but all
Yeah.
Is anyone in this hunting house talking about nearby bears?
Yeah. You see, so we knocked out Weasel guy had like a small, like he was like team cave spiders. You see that there's like a group of like 8 who are like maybe thinking about bears, but they're also like, I mean, we could also tackle like just like, some larger game.
Do they, without me going up and being like, hey, what do you know? Do they mention anything about like directions or like, oh, a cave over here might have something or anything
Oh,
like that?
sure, I'll definitely let you. I mean, let me see if I can. Is there an eavesdrop skill? I mean,
Probably just perception.
I think it's just perception. Yeah.
Yeah, you want me to roll?
Yeah.
Can I also roll to see if anyone's talking about Odin's eye?
Sure.
Can I roll to see if people are talking about cats?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Sure. I mean, fuck it. Can I roll and see if people are talking about big trees?
Sure.
What is this, perception, right?
Yeah, perception. Ylva, what'd you get?
This one's all-
Everyone felt left
got-
out, and they were like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm also
No.
listening.
No one's talking about cats.
I'll talk about cats if you want.
You're so mad just
Golden
petting Iggy, like, no one's talking about the cats.
Actually, you know what? I'm using my hero points.
Oh yeah,
Go.
fuck yeah! I got a 15.
Nah, we're doing it again.
15, okay.
That one's cocked.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay, got it onto the cock.
Yeah, 21.
Okay,
21 cat
excellent.
I got a 28.
Wow.
Ooh.
I stopped
20.
rolling with the computer, baby.
You know for sure that no one's talking about big trees.
Yeah, that's what I hear is nothing. I finally roll good enough. It's useless.
I got a 24.
Okay, 24. Okay, cool. 15.
Yeah.
Ylva, they unfortunately they're sort of talking in a way that like you would with your homies, where it's like they already know like where everything is. It's not like exposition in the movies where they're like, and then if you go over here, which you would already know because you've totally been there. So you know, you overhear the general like signs, and you definitely think that there's at least 2 kinds of bears in the nearby area. For sure cave bears, probably like maybe 1 or 2. They're fairly territorial, and you're like, damn, it would probably be a toss-up to see if I got cave spiders or cave bear. And the other one does seem to, it does seem like someone is swearing up and down that they've seen a winter bear. Which are, worth a little bit more because the pelt is real nice.
If they mentioned that, then Ylva would approach that person specifically and ask for more info.
Okay. Roll a diplomacy check.
I rolled well, which is good because my diplomacy is terrible. That's an 18.
Okay. You see, it's just like a guy who has like a long braid and big like mustache that's sort of like coming over his down his chin, and he's like, I have seen winter bear, very white, almost invisible in the snow, but I've seen it. Likes to hide
Where?
in the trees.
In the trees.
In the trees. They're very good at climbing.
Close to here?
It does not like the noise of the town, but it waits. It's not like the other bears. It is more stealthy. It stalks.
Leave the same sort of markings.
Sure. I mean, it is still a bear.
Where did you see it?
And he's like, south of the statues, maybe southeast.
Thank you.
Okay. 28 Stahmet,
Yes.
and that was for
Big tree.
Big Tree. Later in the night, you find or you notice that there is one individual in the sort of like back of the hunting house, has deep bags under their eyes. Maybe it looks like they haven't slept a whole lot. Slightly like gaunt, and you as you sort of like sit by them. Again, you're like people watching, intaking, but you're having a quiet moment, and you just hear them like whisper talking to themselves. And they're just sort of staring off. I saw it. Moved. See it. Should have yelled. Didn't yell. I should go back. That thing is there. And they sort of like regain from disassociation, and notice you and just sort of sips their drink and looks like maybe a little sheepish, but you definitely heard them whispering about like a large being that seems to have like snatched this person up and
Yeah, can I
like,
go
crush them.
talk to them and, at first just kind of be friendly because I'm sure you said they noticed that I was staring, so I just like sit down with them and be like, "Hey, friend, you look like something's troubling you."
Hey, no. Yes.
Yes, no.
I, lost my...
You're sitting at a... Yeah, go ahead.
My hunting partner.
What happened?
We were doing a job and it went sideways really quickly. I've never seen something like that, but he seemed, something snatched him from the trees, something large, and I ran, and I should go back, and everyone thinks he's missing. I don't think he's missing.
What do you think happened to him?
I think he died. I heard a crunch. You can see they like kind of like almost like gag, and there's I don't think he's alive.
When you were out, what are we called? What are these? Not missions. What are they? Just little errands or something? What are the hunting? Whatever. When you were out, yeah, when you were out on your like bounty hunt, what was your task?
Oh, the herb lady, Melina, simple mushroom quest. We weren't even we weren't gonna let her pay for it. We said, of course it wasn't that long, half a day's walk.
Can I just ask for it? Just like a general. Let them know that, hey, me and my friends have kind of taken up the same task to retrieve some stuff for the old herbalist, and I point to my three buddies and our new drunk friend over at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
And just ask, let her know we're doing this for her, but I would not like anything to happen to my friends. Can you tell me everything that you know about what had happened? Was it snatched up in the tree? Did it look like it was like a creature? The tree itself came to life. Any sort of details, and then also offer, just because I know it's weighing on the conscience, if they would like to join us.
Oh.
And we will, and let them know that we will in fact not only retrieve the bark and the mushrooms, but we can investigate to see, maybe just for your conscience, to see if your friend really is okay or not. And if there's any chance of helping, we can possibly bring them back.
Yeah, roll a diplomacy check. It's gonna be a bit of a higher to see. I'm gonna say Yeah, higher DC for this diplomacy check. Very
21.
traumatized individual. 21?
Yeah. But I want to say, I'm not like... It's also more of like a friendly... Like, I know they're troubled.
Mhm.
I can see it's weighing on them. It's not like a... Oh, you stupid idiot, you left your friend there? You gonna come with us?
Mm-hmm. Hi. If there is something of him, I mean, yes, I mean, bring him back. I don't want to go. But listen, I don't know what I saw. It was large, very large. It happened so fast, but it was able to lift him off the ground and like he was nothing. I didn't see the tree move. But it was so quick. Go ahead and make me a nature check.
26.
Yeah. Okay.
We're on fire now.
What they are describing can be a couple of things. The bad thing would be a very angry ancient Leshy.
Okay. That would be like the worst.
That
Or
would
just-
be bad. That would be not great.
What happens? Do Leshies... Can they become orphaned or something and then just become evil or some? Or I guess it's the intentions on like what they were made or like made for, or how they were made.
So in this world, Leshies can be familiars, like gentle spirited ones. They are the immortal spirits of nature that are granted physical forms. However, nature is... It's not a force of good, and it's not a force of evil. Nature is more chaotic, and also nature like holds on to emotions very strongly. So if someone had like, you could curse the woods, and then that could make a very, then like an angry nature spirit could like come in and like possess, certain things have to happen to get to that point. But yeah, like a bad thing would be if a very angry spirit possessed a very old entity in the forest. That usually causes a lot of damage.
Okay.
Sounds like the job for us.
Yep. All right. Well, I don't want to drag on anymore, so I thank him for, the information and everything. I pull out some herbs and give it to him to make a tea to help him sleep. It's essentially just like chamomile. But tell him.
Chamomile.
Chamomile. Yeah, here's some chamomile. You mix it boiling water.
Here's some chamomile mixed with DMT. Should help you get right out.
Yeah, and a touch and a kiss of spider venom.
just like whiffed over it, smoked over it, He sees the Leshy like as his sleep paralysis demon.
Oh my god.
God, that would be so scary.
Dude, a spider sleep paralysis demon. I don't think I'm waking up.
Nope.
Yeah, I just pass away. Good day.
So we, like one of the like in the movies when they get terrified to death, I wake like Jenny wakes up and I'm just like frozen in fear.
Like the first Grudge movie.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'll say Stahmet, like they can be anything from like familiars to like full-blown individuals, but like the bad version of that is like evil, or like very pissed, maybe evil entity, force of nature come to life. No good, very bad.
Okay.
Very scary.
All right.
And then Anni, people talking about cats?
Yeah. No big deal. I rolled a 21. But
Everyone is
Several
talking about
individuals come over and are like, "Can I pet your cat?" And like,
you'd have to ask him.
I'll say Ig like is maybe at first like slightly skittish, and then maybe is like, okay, like some attention is okay. Someone figures out that
Oh, you're immortal.
yeah. I mean, someone figures out that that Yggdrasil really likes fish, and so like people start like giving him like little scraps, and then he's all about it.
We don't have fish where I come from. It's mostly mice. Birds sometimes.
Yeah. His coat's gonna be so shiny. We'll close with Vorik. You head out into the evening. You head out to the little Pantheon area. Does anyone go
I don't.
Oh,
Sorry, don't want to drag this on too much longer, but I did ask. I rolled a 24 for if anyone's talking about Odin's Eye.
that's right. That is so right.
No. So we go to the Pantheon.
So anyway, you overhear from the Shadow Wolves. There is a section of time that people are talking about the Icy Crow leaders and how their indecision in the war will cost them, and that yes, they have the Jarlerhorn, but it's not going to. They're too split. They can't be fighting a war on both sides, and that the Icy Crows would turn the tide, and also anyone who was sort of like on the fence would absolutely side with what the Icy Crows think. Like the Icy Crows have influence, and they will fully turn, like once like a command is handed down, like all of the Icy Crows get on the same page. So anyone who was like had an advisor would be either getting rid of their advisor in a violent way or siding with the Shadow Wolves against the Odin's Eye.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll hold on to that info and then tell it to these guys later.
It is 10:30. So do we want to pick up with Vorik doing his ritual next session?
I actually wasn't even going to do a ritual at the chapel. I didn't know we were going to take that long. I was simply just going to, like, if there was a priest there or something, I'm just going to talk to him for a bit, but it's not that big of a deal because I'm doing my main shit when I get to the big city.
Got you. Okay.
So that doesn't have to be like an imperative thing for this next time. We can start this next little side quest and then do whatever we need to do.
Okay. All right. Let us say we close on the evening of you guys spend the evening kind of like talking around this hunting house, getting information, and sort of like getting some insight into what's going on in Uppsala and the nearby area, which seems remarkably unsafe.
Okay.
All right. Going to end the stream.